Good afternoon, family caregivers. This is Girard here with Share the Care Show. It is Tuesday, which means we are rocking and rolling to our Tuesday's tips and tricks. So I have my coffee, and we're going to go ahead and jump right on in. So today's tips and tricks are 5 New Year's resolutions for all of our family caregivers out there. So our first resolution on our list is to accept help. I can feel your eye roll and your chuckle through this video. But hear me out. Accepting help is really hard. It's honestly probably the hardest one of these resolutions on this list. A lot of our caregivers feel a responsibility to care for their loved one, and they also think that they know what is best for their loved one, and so it's just easier for them to do it. But what happens when you don't accept help is caregiver burnout, and our relationship with our loved one changes. It becomes a task, it becomes a to-do list, it becomes a sense of burden. So by accepting help, this is really going to help prevent caregiver burnout. So I have 3 really quick tips on how you can meet this New Year's resolution. 1, delegate. If you have family or loved ones in the area who want to help, use their help. Even hiring someone or asking someone to come over and mow the yard, or, I would love it if you could bring us a casserole for dinner, or, I need help taking this box of clothing to Goodwill. People want to help, so accept their help when they give it. Another way to meet this New Year's resolution is to hire in-home caregivers. This is not a fit for everybody, and that's okay. But if it's an option, it's something I encourage you to do. It's very flexible. A lot of times people can find the caregiver that's the best fit for your loved one, and you're able to really stay on top of day-to-day stuff. Lastly, I would also look into local resources. If you have any questions about local resources, specifically community, please tune in to season 1, episode 1 of the Share the Care Show, where we talk about community and specific resources here available in this Indianapolis, Carmel area. Our second New Year's resolutions for our caregivers out there is to take care of yourself. Slow down, take a deep breath, maybe do some meditating. Christy Fries, our co-host here at Share the Care, is going to be your care queen when it comes to taking care of yourself. I always recommend getting plenty of rest and to participate in something that moves your body. So maybe going for a walk daily, or maybe doing a yoga session. And then I always encourage everyone to at least laugh every day. So find a podcast that you like, a book that you like to read, a show that you think is funny, pick up the phone, call some friends, but do something that makes you laugh. Our third New Year's resolution for our caregivers out there is to tidy up your long-term care planning. This can mean a couple of different things. Have an annual meeting with an elder care attorney, locate different documents that you may need to reference, organize any healthcare information that you may have. I always recommend having a family binder that's readily available to anybody in the home in case of an emergency, or in case they need to reference certain documents or have any questions. So make a list of things that you need to do, or things that you need to have that you currently don't. Prioritize them on what's important, and then set deadlines. Stick to your deadlines, and that will wrap up your long-term care planning. Our fourth New Year's resolution for our caregivers out there is to focus on health. This means keep your preventative doctor's appointments. Regularly check in with any specialists or physicians that you have. And of course, focus on your mental and cognitive stimulation. This is especially important during COVID. A lot of people feel isolated, and so they're lacking that mental and cognitive stimulation. So make sure we're getting a little piece of that every day too. And lastly, we've reached the end. We are at our 5th New Year's resolution for our caregivers, and that is to be grateful. Christy and I talk a lot about attitude of gratitude and the power behind that. Both of us keep gratitude journals. We regularly express to each other our gratitude towards each other. We regularly check in with each other, and we do that with a lot of people in our life. So I really encourage to keep that attitude of gratitude and to make that a focus for 2021. That's it, guys. That's Tuesday's tips and tricks for today. I will see you next Tuesday.